YouTubers, I'm glad you're all here. Thank you very much for joining me. Well, I told you they wouldn't know when Mauna Loa was going to erupt until after it erupted. And in fact, it has. At about 4:30 a.m., they suspected that Mauna Loa had erupted. But until they did a flyover at about 6:30 a.m. there in Hawaii local time, then they confirmed, in fact, it has erupted. It has moved to the northeast rift system. Originally, they had hoped it would stay within the caldera, but they got multiple vents that have now opened up. This here is an image from their flyover, and you can probably see the wing there at the top. Going to Google Earth, here's Mauna Loa. Let me bring it out so you can see the big island of Hawaii. And this is the northeast rift system. And right now, they're not evacuating people, but they do have evacuation centers open. There is a worry, of course, that the lava flow would end up going towards Hilo. Here's another image of the eruption. Yeah, pretty spectacular. Here is the alert level, which is now red. It says here that the eruption of Mauna Loa has migrated from the summit to the northeast rift zone, where fissures are feeding several lava flows. HVO staff on an overflight at approximately 6:30 a.m. HST confirmed fissure at high elevations within Hawaii's Volcano National Park are feeding the lava flows upslope of the Mauna Loa weather observation. Lava flows are not threatening any downslope communities, and all indications are that the eruption will remain in the northeast rift zone. Volcanic gas are possible, fine ash, and Peely's hair may be carried downwind. There has been complaints about the ash and the gas affecting some area. Here is a image of the VOG. This here is Mauna Loa, and this one here is Kilauea. 6 hours ago, Hawaii EMA said the shift of the eruption area into the northeast rift zone takes the hazard into a much less steep terrain. That would provide more time for preparation and early warning, and take the threat away from the steepest slopes of the volcano where lava moves the fastest. Now, the latest reports saying that the vents have opened up on Mauna Loa are all in the northeast rift zone and do not pose an imminent threat to populated areas, according to the latest from USGS Volcanoes HVO. There have been some reports of VOG irritation, volcanic fog in the saddle area. Now, this one was posted about 4 hours ago. Ashfall advisory is canceled for the Big Island and surrounding waters. However, please be mindful of the potential for areas of low air quality due to VOG. Yeah, and it's disrupting flights there. It says passengers with flights to Hilo International Airport or the Ellison International Airport, KOA, should check with their airline prior to heading to the airport due to the volcanic activity at Mauna Loa. Here's the latest image from the East Rift Zone there by Kilauea. All right. And the tilt for Mauna Loa for the past week. Yep, right there. That's where it went off, and looks like it's going down a little bit. And we'll come down to a month. Now, this image was posted by USGS. It's an image of the eruption. And this is an image of the northeast rift zone. You can see we got a fault that opened up here, and another one there, probably another one there. Let me bring it down a little bit. And yeah, that's as far over that this image shows for the northeast rift zone. And here's another one. Now, this one here has the image of the airplane wing right there. Pretty exciting, isn't it? They have another image here. Over here, I don't know if I can make this bigger. Let me see. All right, yeah, I can. Okay, let's go bigger. All right, you can see the smoke or ash coming up over here on the left. You can see the lava, and we'll pull it over. Let me see here. There's one fellow there taking readings, it looks like. Another image. This was probably 6:30 this morning when they did their flyover and confirmed that it was in fact erupting. Look at that cloud. Yeah, all the ash going up. You think they'd get a better picture, but yeah, you can see. Yeah, it's not just oozing out. It's kind of, yeah, springing up there, gushing out. Yeah, I wonder how much lava is coming up per minute or per second. There's another image that was taken early this morning. Yeah, I don't think they needed to fly over to know that it was in fact erupting. Yeah, look at that. 143 earthquakes there on the island within the last 24 hours. For magnitude 2.5 or greater, there has been 53, and most of them have been there at the summit there at Mauna Loa. Interestingly, the southeast rift zone has been having multiple earthquakes. I hope that doesn't erupt, because that's going to give a lot of people very short notice for evacuation. But right now it's erupting up over here. And let's see, the 2.7 was 1.9 miles above sea level. I did see one earlier that was, I thought 3. Yeah, I don't see it here. But when it has a minus, that means it's above sea level. So that 2.7 would be close to the northeast rift zone. Let's see, what's this one here? A 2.5, that was today. I want to get some of these down here by the southeast rift zone. Let's see, what's the depth on that one? 1.1 mile above sea level. And then the farthest one would be 0.6 miles above sea level. Let's see, 1.2. Yeah, that's got me concerned over here. And then we got another one, 1.5 miles above sea level. Here's 2 monitors that I downloaded from the summit there. Yeah, look at all those earthquakes. A lot of them. Yeah, and most of them they're not, yeah, because they're so small, they're not reporting. Let's see, this one here is one of the larger ones. 1856, let me check it out. That one they're saying is a magnitude 2.7. And let's go back another 8 hours. Let me bring it down for you so you can see it right there. That's where it's at right there. Okay, let's go back another 8 hours. Waiting for it to go back. There you go. Yeah, and this is probably when it started erupting. Right there, look at that. What? Yeah, look at that. Okay, what time is that one? 9:50 something. So we have a 4.0 at 9:51. Yeah, 1.9 miles below or above, excuse me, sea level. A 3.2. That's the northeast rift zone. Or, excuse me, the southeast rift zone. A 3.3, also the southeast rift zone. A 3.3, 0.6 miles above sea level. A 2.9, yep, also the southeast rift zone. Okay, and then it jumps up to yeah, I don't know. It looks like for this monitor, I don't know if you can see it. It looks like that we got a lot of data that didn't come in. All right, so let's go back another 8 hours and see what we got. Yeah. Okay, this is the biggest one right there that it's showing at just after 8:55. I think it was probably larger again than the southeast rift zone of 4.2. I didn't download this data because I wanted to get this report out to you. 0.8 miles above sea level. Yeah, let's go back to this. Yeah, I think that's larger. Oh, and look at this. Oh my goodness, maybe I should download it. Can you see that? Let me pull this down. Yeah, it was screaming. Right there, it was screaming. See how it went blank? Maybe that's why. Let me go ahead. In fact, what I'm going to do is download that data. So it's going to take me a minute or two. All right, this is the monitor right here that I am currently downloading the data from. MOKD. And this is here the crater. All right, I downloaded that. Let's go to the spectrogram. Holy cow. Yeah, wow. This is when it was gushing in. And we got another point there where it was gushing in. Let's look at the signature. Holy cow, look at that. Yep, let's go back up over here. See, this is when it was gushing in, and I've talked about it. Yeah, when it was just, screaming and screaming. All right. Yep. All through there. Yep. Let's look at the signature. See, it won't show the signature because it was screaming. Yeah, okay. Look at that. Boom, 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 boom. And then this is when it was really coming in. Yeah. Yeah, the blobs of magma. When it was just coming in. Blobs of lava. You can see how thick it is. And then it went quiet right here. Where it just started gushing in. See, there's no signature there. You can see the spectrogram though. Yeah, and I wonder where that earthquake's at. That one they said was a 2-point, or a 4-point, excuse me. Is that it? Let's see. Yeah, look at the tilt on that too. Look at the tilt. Yeah, let's make that bigger. See, up and down, wavy, harmonic tremors. Yep, look at that. Wow. Pretty amazing, I think. This is the first time I don't want that. I hit the wrong button. Exit. This is the first time in 38 years, almost 40 years, that it has erupted here. Let's see what it's... This is when I just pulled the files as I was talking to you guys. Yep. There's one there, and right there at the end. Yep. Seeing some history, you guys. So no new messages since the last hour, since they posted about the Northeast Rift Zone. Yeah, gotta keep an eye on it because you just don't know if the Southeast Rift Zone's going to open up. There's another image from early this morning. Yeah, I like to know how fast it's flowing. Anyways, what are your thoughts? So that's all I have for you guys. If you have any thoughts or comments or questions, please put it down below. Make sure you're still subscribed because at the end of every month, their AI likes to unsubscribe people thinking you're bots or robots. And I want to thank you for your support. You know who you are. Thank you very much. God bless you. And everyone there on the Big Island, please stay safe. and I will talk to you later. God bless you. Bye.